Alright, Daniel.
Yeah?
It's Monday at the gym.
Monday, mate. Love seeing you.
He wants to move his legs from the outside, like his hips, from the outside of where my legs are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So all I've got to do is try and pull it back between my legs. I can do this. I can lock the body triangle, whatever I can as well. I just kind of want it between my legs, whereas Matt always wants to move to the outside of my legs. That's his only goal, really, to move around. He's not trying to escape out of the back position, or the chest to back. He's not trying to turn back into me or anything. He just wants to sort of stay outside of my legs.
Okay. So I can't touch that.
And this is continuous for 3 minutes. Nice. Cool. Once we say time, we swap over, he gets to go on me.
It's weird not grappling the hands. I mean, where do I go if I'm outside the legs? Just stay outside the legs.
Is it alright if I just hold the camera here? You got a bit of cauliflower here?
Chopping leg kicks now. Just stand up, that's what you gotta do. Just stand up. Okay. Alright, mate.
That's what you normally do on a Monday night, though.
Yeah. Get men off my back.
We're just going to do 10 minutes of cooperative play, just so you can understand some concepts of back retention. I do this quite a lot, like all the time. And sometimes when you're doing the live training, and you don't have as much chance to do it because they are trying to escape so much, you don't really get a chance to put this into play. So what we're going to look to do is I'm going to start with my hooks. I'm going to start with my seat band. Now I'm going to look at whatever side Carson decides to escape, and I'm going to show you how we're going to look to retain the back when he does either of those escapes. Okay? So look, I want to realistically keep my seat belt, and I want to keep my head on the opposite side to my choking arm. That's what keeps his upper body locked into play. Now, when Carson escapes anyway, it doesn't really matter. Say he escapes this side towards my choking arm, and he removes the hooks, whatever way he does. So I'm out of this position here. What I need to make sure that I do is, I like to slide my wrist down towards his neck and keep my chest behind his back. Keep the pressure going into my partner here, and I'll sit quite high on my partner. Now, if there's room where his leg is, I'll look to insert my hook. If not, I'll sit him up to this position, and then it's quite easy to retake the back from here. We call this a chair sit. So that's what if he goes towards my choking side. Now, if he goes to the non-choking side, I can't do that. It doesn't allow me to do that because where my grips are. It's really important that I keep my head on the opposite side to my grips. I don't let my head come here. If my head comes here, he's escaped. He can just turn his back to the floor and turn into me. I'm not going to retain the back. I need to keep my head on the opposite side because it keeps his shoulders relatively stacked. So I'm going to walk backwards, and then I sit like this, or I lie like this. And what I do now is I walk him up to his knees, and then reinsert my hooks this way. So these are the two main methods that I would look to do for back retention when your partner's looking to escape out of the hooks to turn back into you.
You've got this nice little curl just on the front of your hair today. It's really nice. I'm going to focus right in. Oh, that's very nice, that. Is there any chance I can touch it?
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
I'm going to find out, aren't I? Is it a jizz curl?
No, it's I use shampoo. L'Oreal. Because I'm worth it.
The worst thing is, he'll take the piss like this and he can still dominate me the whole time.
Yeah, he's just lying behind you laughing.
Yeah, you like that?
Could you get a choke from there?
Probably.
Oh my god. I'm used to this ever since I started my podcast.
What have you been doing in the Monday class?
In the kids' class?
Yeah.
beatings, a lot of beatings. Sometimes not beatings, but most of the time beatings.
Okay, yeah, just wondered.
They love it.
Put that at the start of the video.
Okay, cool.
Is that close now?
Say again. What? A little bit more.
So say if I'm going to turtle and I haven't got hooks but I still have my seatbelt, what I'm going to look to do is a 2-on-1 method. So I did this in the no-gi the other day. So whatever way, let's say I've gone this way and Carson's going to turtle. Okay, let's just turn this way so people can see a little bit. Okay? And I've still got this here. What I want to look to do is look to get my knee between his knee and his elbow. That's really important here. I'm inserting something in between there. It's hard for him to keep that space tight. And what I can look to do is I can lean. I can either step on his calf or step over. Now from here, what I'm going to look to do is, as I look to drop and pull him with me, I've got to keep my chest tight to his back. I want to scrape his leg over the top to insert my first hook. When I'm here, my first hook is already in here. You see that? It's gone in. I never try and insert my top hook first. Let's go back, take that out. If I go here, he can get his hips back up to the ceiling. And now we're back, doing all this again. I've got to do it all again. It's always bottom hook first. So if I'm here, I get this in. And I go here, I go here, bottom hook. Now I'm not in a high ball ride situation. So now it's difficult for Carson to square his hips up to the ceiling. I can just insert this hook wherever I want to the points. If, however, let's say I get my knee in between Carson's legs, right? Here. He knows I'm trying to pull him back. So what's going to happen is, Carson will either sag his way this way, or most of the time, they will tend to drop that whole way that way. Yeah. So pull him all the way over the top. Now you have a bottom hook. Now I insert this hook in. So all I want you to do for a few minutes now is just work this with your partners, and I'm going to design some games to help you encourage that into practice. You start with the seatbelt, whatever it's held, try and get your knee between their knee and their elbow, then look to step over there, and using both your legs versus their one leg, to scrape across. So I'll go again, just so you can see. So look, sometimes what I'll do is, so look, sometimes I'll be here, and I'll insert my knee like that, then I'll get this back. Now when I come over the top, I'm pulling it over and get my first hook in, and I'll get my second. Okay? Just for a few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, play around with this concept with your partners, give each other a bit of dialogue, see what's going on, and play some games after. Okay, ready, 1, 2? Come on. So listen, I found this cage you can get wrapped on it. No, leave it out, man.
We'll do that.
My goal is just to control the person. My control is right time, control time. My goal is just to keep him in between my legs and way out the clock. His goal is to either become the top player or get his back and shoulders to the floor and force me to either take mount, side control. Realistically, he wants to get his legs back into play. What we're going to do after this, we're going to eventually open this up again so that me being in a dominant position, we're still live. So if I'm in side control, if I'm on my mount, we're still live. For now, we're just going to focus on turtle in the back position. So if I've still got him in turtle, if I've still got him in the back, we're still live. If he's forced me to take side control or mount, we'll call that as a finish. Doesn't mean he's necessarily got better than me. It just means that I can no longer work the area of the game that I want to work. Okay? What I mean by side control is this though. So if I'm here, I still have opportunity to take Ethan's back because my chest is behind this. Whereas if Ethan managed to drop his back to the floor, we'll call that a finish because I no longer have back exposure. I can't take his back from here because his back is completely on the floor. Realistically, my partner should be looking to get his legs back in front of me now as well. And that's like a proper finishing position. But if his back is the floor, for now, we'll call that finish. Like I said, we're going to start. I want you to start, however, just like this. No hooks, nothing like that. Now, like I said, I can't win this game. I've just got to try and control him for as long as I can. He's either got to become the top player or escape. We're going to put a 5-minute timer on, and we're going to go 1 for 1 and flip-flop it. Okay? If I can manage to control him for the whole 5 minutes, great, he doesn't get a go. Yeah? But most of the time what's going to happen is he's probably going to escape at some point. The whole idea of this is control. I'm not looking to attack him with anything, I just want to control him. Go. He's out. Yeah? And then we'd swap roll so he gets to have a go on me. Does that make sense? We'll go over for 5 minutes. What I want you to do though, I want you to, 1, 2, 3. What's up, Dan? No. What would be the point? Are you going to control him when you isolate arms? Probably not. If I'm isolating his arms, I'm probably prepping him up for a better attack, but it's not actually going to help my control position. Yeah? Even if you used to body trial with across and have the arms up. Do you know if I was on the back now? I've got the arms like that. I mean, if you get there, of course that's fine, but I'm thinking about the focus. If I'm getting somewhere like here, but I'm not allowed to attack any submissions, I feel like it's much easier for you to escape than it is for me to take control. Whereas if you're like, I don't know, if you're like here and you've got his arm here and you're just controlling him, that's fine. Well, that's fine. I want you to think about how is it for controlling him. You're not trying to submit him, you're not trying to attack him, I'm just trying to control him. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm trying to do. So if you feel like it can help you control him, fucking go for it, mate. Yeah? But if you're losing control every time you do it because you all know you can't attack submissions, is it the best thing to do? Maybe not. Yeah, we're going to do some attacking in a bit for now, or control. Does anyone else got any questions? So we'll go 1 for 1. We'll do a few rounds so we get a few different mixes up with different partners. Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Sneak out the back. She's there. This is Jackass Part 1. Why do I have to be Steve-O? Shit, I need to lift you up.
What you do, obviously I'm going to be looking to go here, I can grab here, I can transition to the shoulder line and choke him. We talked about like, as well, like if I'm attacking the neck and he's fighting me, I can come here as well and start attacking his arms and stuff as well. You know, this type of stuff as well. What we'll do is, as long as I'm still in a control position and I'm not in a guard, we're going to stay live. So like, even if he escapes, goes this way, I'll go to the mount. Like, we're still live now and I'm still trying to stay in control and look towards my finishes, whatever they may be. Like, I don't really mind what they are. So I control mount, still on his back or toe. But there's one other position that I want you to still be involved in as a control position, and that's a pinned half guard. If I've pinned my partner in half guard with his shoulders flat on the floor, he's not in a guard. I don't care if he's got my leg, he is not in a guard where he can attack me. He's in a position where I'm just going to transition to mount. So what I mean by that is, there's a difference between this, where I'm going to be looking to escape, as opposed to this, where there's distance and there's legs and stuff in the way between me and my partner. Here, I will classify this as a guard, so Carson's won. Here, however, he hasn't won. He's still very much in the shit when he's here. So we're going to continue to be live, right? Even if Carson gets my underhook, and he has to use that underhook to either sweep me or get to his feet. Just because he's got an underhook doesn't mean it's finished. I want him to encourage to be able to use that straight away rather than just getting the underhook and think, haha, I've won. He needs to use this to get to his knees. Here, that's finished. He's got to his knees. Or if he can scoop under my leg as well and pull me over the top of him and reverse the position, that's finished, right? But when I've got him pinned out in half guard, or even if he's got an underhook and both his shoulders are flat, we're still live. Yeah? So, like I said, we're going to start on the back again. My goal is to finish him and stay in a control position. His goal is to either become the top player or get me in a guard, close guard, open guard, half guard with space, I don't really mind what the guard is, as long as you're creating distance with your arms and feet, that's your guard. Yeah, does that make sense, guys? What's that, sorry? I want you to start like this. I want you to start. Seatbelt. Both legs either side of your partner. Like this. So you're in like a panda style position. This way you can still defend the hooks, defend the neck. I've still got to insert my hooks to get better control, but you've still got an ability to skirt over the top of these straight away. Find yourself a new partner and do 3 following rounds. Ready? 1, 2.
Go.
Yeah. Right in the spuds.
Resisting.
I'm in danger.
Stop resisting.
I ran out of breath a while back.
On camera, is that right?
Yeah, you get your
Parsons
out.
cauliflower ear.
Zooming in.
There it is. It's got a lot bigger since we talked earlier.
You rolled away, I'll run to roll.
Ready?
Slippery.
How's your nose?
Fucking hurt.
Right.
Against the goal,
Was that even your voice?
No, you're not. Yeah. So I didn't think you can't go in, but you know. Don't worry. I feel around myself. That's all good, bro. Peace to doing it, man. Don't worry. Good, yeah? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Right.
You just savage.
Good class today, guys. First off, well done to the guys who obviously are in today. It's been a role model. Give them a round of All in all, we got 2 gold medals. Joseph got them. We got a silver medal and 4 bronzes. But all in all, the team competed really well. Like everybody put everything they could into it. And I haven't even seen the team rankings yet. I'm hoping it's up there. You know what I mean? But like everyone did really well, guys. And it's really good to see so many members of the team representing and competing. So it's really good. And obviously your performances as well spoke for themselves. It was really good to see. Let me take my little group picture, guys. That was fun. And then I will dismiss you and I'll get some of these class. Ready to go? Go class.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, listen here, guys. Can everyone go get your gloves and shin guards on for me, please? I don't want to slide standing on ice, I don't want to slide all ring around like that. I want to standing completely still and having a strong restriction when we check our kicks. Knowing that you could return while you're on balance. That's the biggest thing that I want us to be able to do. Let's say if I'm here with Luke. Now, obviously, if you're not very mobile on the hips, start off with low kicks and work your way up, trying to get as high as you can. You can go straight to the body, Try and not aim for the head, because we're not really checking head kicks. You know, when you're blocking head kicks up here, we want to aim for the body, especially if a lot of you are fighting Thai. The body kick's going to score a lot, and knowing how to target different areas of people's body, like legs, body, head, is also a really important skill to develop. If every time you throw a kick, it miraculously goes up towards the head, you're not targeting, you're just kind of throwing a kick and hoping for the best. Yeah, so we want to really target certain areas. So let's say if I'm here with Luke, right, and Luke kicks me. I want to be able to check and staying still, so my knee comes up to my elbow, strong on the back leg. We go. I'll go on the opposite side and we'll go one more kick. Boom, and I'm sort of waiting for Luke. Yeah, and then it'll be my turn to throw 3 kicks. I'm going to sort of take a second in between each kick, just so I can see where he is. Boy. That's the only kick I can throw to now. We're back there, okay? Once I've done 3 kicks, he gets to go for 3 kicks. I want us to always play this long range, so we're here. We're at least wrist to wrist apart. I don't want us to be getting any closer than that, because at the minute we're only working long range kicks. If you're getting too close, maybe pop each other in the face just a little bit, just to be like, if I can touch you in my hand, you're too close. If I'm here with Luke and he's about to kick me, and I can pop him in my hand, he's already too close to kick me, so we need to probably take half a step back. We're here now, there's half a step back. That's where we're going to need to kick me. Does that make sense? So we're just going to go over 3 to 5 minutes. Make sure we're focusing on making our hips nice and mobile as we do it. Strong structure, strong positioning. 3 kicks each. Ready? 1, 2. This is OG pre-2020 fight up stuff, mate. Can't even get this anymore. Pre-2020, mate.
Mate, that's what happens on a Monday.
On a Monday, apparently. If they're checking in on one leg, you can teep them down the middle as well, see if you can off-balance them with your teeth. Or if they go to kick you, you can off-balance them with the teeth at the same time. So think about your teeps as off-balancing techniques. They're a good tool if somebody's on one leg, because they're already off balance, you're just knocking them over a little bit more. They're a good tool as a deter if somebody tries to kick you, because they're going to get knocked off balance. Whereas the body kick is that scoring technique where we're going to try and either pin the arm, get the ribs, we can kick to the leg as well. But think about your highest scoring technique, especially most of you are going to be competing in Thai. Above the waist is where you want to be kicking, and it's got to look effective. You're not just flicking and scoring points, you're trying to knock them off balance. If they check, and it's a shit check, and you kick them, you should be trying to knock them off balance with that kick. Okay, so what we'll do a bit of sparring, we'll kick sparring, just kicks, teeps and kicks, let's go. All the way to the score. Time. Good. Yeah, feels good, yeah? So that's what we want to be kind of doing. You notice that they're both out of long range. Even though they're both doing a lot of movement, they're staying structured. They're not dancing around that much. They're doing minimal movement. Because as much as they're trying to attack, they're ready to defend as well at the same time. And that's what I want you guys to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 2-minute rounds with a 30-second break between each. Anyone got any questions? Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Motherfucker. Intercept and lead teep, intercept and lead body kick. Okay? Luke hits me with a 1-2, boing, boing, exactly. For him to step into range, he has to get into pushing range. Right now, we're at kicking range. If I can notice when he's about to initiate the attack and intercept him as he gets in, I'm going to be able to not only defend the 1-2 but score at the same time. And to get this, it's not so much about reacting, it's more about predicting. Predicting when he's going to throw the 1-2 and doing that just as he does it. If I wait until I see the 1-2, he's going to be too close to me before I can hit with the teep. I've got to try and predict it. That's good. Set. There. That's my lead teep. Notice how I'm not doing any other steps. I'm lifting my knee up and firing. His body weight moving into my teep does it all for me. Okay? The next one is going to be the intercept and lead body kick. Now with the intercept and lead body kick, I can't personally fire with my left hip like probably Shay or Luke can. I just don't have it in my hips. So for me, I would probably do like almost like a little bit of a parry or a long guard and then throw a switch kick as he comes in. So as he's here, boom, I'll try and hit my left kick. Boom. If I can pin that left arm as he throws that, before he throws that right hand, I know I've caught it just right. You're probably better at doing this than I am. So as I go to hit the 1-2, boom, even there, just under my body, and again, one more, just there. It makes me not want to throw my 2, just counted that. So we have intercept and lead teep. You do it to me, mate. Boom, good. Intercept and lead body kick. There. The idea of this is we want to keep somebody at our punching range, our kicking range, and not allow them to get close enough to punch. That way I can still chip away at them with my kicks and score. Right, what I want you to do is, I want your partner to throw 5 1-2s, but I want to start with to do it nice and slow and telegraph. So if I'm going to be here with Luke, he knows when I'm going to throw it. And then obviously as the round goes on, you can make it a little bit more quicker, a little bit more unpredictable, and go from there. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, ready, 1, 2? Yeah, I'm going to make this right. You want the order of the guys a little bit.
So, a lot of the time as well, if you stifle somebody and you'd be able to get there, a lot of these you're going to be doing on advancing opponents as your opponent advances into you. Okay? Now, Luke hits me with a 1-2. Oh boy. Now, sometimes as well, like, if he's really darting in a 1-2, boom, boom, the left foot might become a little closer to me. So as he comes in, I'm going to try and take that foot. The timing is one of them that you really have to experiment with. I want to try and get the foot just before it hits off the floor. So what's going to happen is, as your partner throws a 1-2, I'm just going to try and take that foot there. You can either throw right hand, you can knee and stuff after. Come into here, bump him as well. So there's this one, so as he comes in, I'm coming in, bump, and you can drop him off the bump as well. A lot of the time that's timing as well. It's more as he comes in, whoop, bump, and the hip comes in. So it's like your bodies are meeting together at the same time. Try and work these into what you're doing already. I feel like the teep and the body kick, a higher percentage, but this sweep and that dump and stuff as well have the most reward, but obviously probably aren't as high percentage as the others. Just try and sprinkle them in as we do the next bit of training. It's all about trying to find the timing. So for example, if you hit and it's solid on the foot and it doesn't work, just go with the flow. Try and maybe hit something else off it. Like if he steps and he's solid and I'm here, just maybe you can throw something else off it. Yeah? But if you get the timing just right, you'll feel it. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Same drill as before, but try and sprinkle those techniques in between. Ready? 1, 2.
Let me talk to someone. Get it out. I reached out with him.
I am now.
Nice. Good. The kicker will allow you to jab as a basis of giving you a tool when you're on the inside. The puncher, you're only allowed to throw straight shots to the head, 1, 2, or hook to the body. You're not allowed to throw like any type of kick. You're not allowed to throw looping shots to the head. You're only allowed to throw looping shots to the body. Straight shots to the head, looping shots to the body. Because you need to use those straight shots to get inside. And while the kicker, your job is to keep the person on the outside. You can touch your jab and stuff, but your jab, if you're the kicker, is on the basis of keeping your opponent away. So realistically, when we think about doing this exercise, the kicker should be staying quite still, letting the attacker do all the work of the moving. The attacker's trying to move in and move out to land his scoring shots. Shall we try it? Let's go. Who's doing kicking? Okay. He kicks. Swap rolls. Luke kicks, you punch. That's it, keep him away, let's try. Keep him away.
Catch ya.
Keep him away. Maybe go your tools. Pull away. Pull away, nice. Pull away, nice. Okay, time. That was good. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a 2-minute round. Halfway through, I'm going to go, switch rolls! So the other person gets to go, yes. No. 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 Do you want to know why? As who? Who would you say to do it first? I want the puncher to use their long shots so the kicker can use the stuff that we've been doing today, and I'll say they can work the body so it gives them something to work inside for, right? Whereas the uppercuts and stuff, like, I think there's just a bit too much consequence. It's not going to allow the kicker to do as much as they need to do. Yeah? Okay? So long shots to get inside to work the body. Don't get me wrong, if somebody's in working the body for the kicker, what do you think you should do if somebody's really close to you? Clinch. Clinch, exactly. So let's say if Luke's ripping your body shape, and he can use that to move him about, knee him, but just as a reset, yeah? So that's your goal. You want to make sure you can nullify as much damage as you can. You can do that with the clinch. Okay? We're going to do 3 2-minute rounds. After a minute, I'm going to tell you switch rolls. Ready? 1, 2.
Put that there.
What are you supposed to do? Punch him.
Swat rolls.
Trot rolls.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop it.
Be sure.
Hello, I'm Dan.
Yeah.
This weekend, Archie and Martin are fighting on FCC. Archie's fighting Thai, Martin's fighting MMA. If people want to come down to support, you can get tickets from them. We've got our own install coming up June 9th as well. We've got a striking seminar on Charlie on May 15th. So all good things, going to be good for the experience. Charlie O'Neill's really experienced, multi-champion in different disciplines, like K1 and Thai. We've got some coach like really good MMA fighters as well, like George Hernandez and also Tex Daly. The Indie Club is going to be a great first-time experience for those of you that want to get first into competing, and I'll get everybody matched. I'll make sure you have nice 3 rounds, good experience. Nobody's going to get hurt, nobody's going to get fucking knocked out. I'll be making sure that.
Is it competitive or what?
It is competitive, but like if you're losing your rag a little bit and you're absolutely nailing the other person isn't nailing back, I will stop it and I'll be like, chill out a little bit. Like you sort of, if it's competitive and you're both doing it to each other a little bit, as long as it's within reason, I'll let it continue. But if one person's completely wailing on the other person, I'll just be like, chill out a little bit, get the 3 rounds in, that type of thing. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, we get there. And good catch,
It's the one for us worried about.
Nah, that's all good. Good experience, man.
Think on time. Just for knee support.
Garden stance, I'm going to be facing my partner here. We're going to make sure we're at a good kicking range, so we're going to be wrist to wrist apart like this. The good indication of the kicking range is I shouldn't be able to punch my partner from this distance. I need to always be 1 step away from the attack. So what we're going to do, my partner is going to hold the jab up. What I want to do is I want to step into the jab and step back to this range. And then from here. And then I'm waiting here. What my partner's going to do is he's going to put his pad on top of his body shield and he's going to step into me. And I'm going to get used to teasing him, just so he can't hit me with that jab. He could go further the jab as he steps in. Boop, we hit it. Hit me with the jab. Boop, there we go. And I'm using that teep just so he can't do the same thing to me. So look, I'll go again. I'm going to jab. Boop. Boop, there. And again. Boop. There. Yeah? I'm literally just lifting it up and using my hip to fire that into place. That's all I want us to do to start with. I don't want us to do anything else apart from that. Just a nice little exercise just to get us loose. I can move around my partner. All it is, I'm going to step into the jab, step out of range, I'm waiting then for my partner. So I know he wants to hit me back. I'm out here. Touch. Boop, there. Does that make sense? Okay, just 2-3 minutes and we'll talk about it. Yes, George, just like lead teep. Just the lead teep. The reason why I do lead teep is a good question. The rear teep, jabbing, it takes too long. It takes too long. My lead teep is closest to my target. If I want to intercept it, I need something that's already in the way between me and my partner. If I try and use my rear teep, I'm going to get hit in the head at the same time. Yeah? Does that make sense? Okay, ready? 1, 2. Yeah. What do I step in? I hit the jab. And then I step out here. Don't have to further away. After we've teeped the guy away, we're going to look at the body kick now. So So now we've got them back to range, and I can't do this, I fucked my knee. Alex, come here, mate. Do it nice and slowly so people can see. You know you're speedy, ain't you? So look, we're going to do the same thing as before. So look, we're going to jab, it's going to step out of range again, so step backwards. Now, as Ethan comes in, is to do the intercepting teep. Now, Ethan's going to hold for either side, so Alex can now land his body kick. Okay, and then we go back in that stance, and we reset the whole sequence again. We go jab again, teep. Now we can go off the other way. Okay? All we're doing is we're teeping the guy out of range then, so we can land our long range weapons. Wait for you, once you've teeped your partner, wait for them to hold the side that they want you to kick, and then you can kick, and then we go back again. Does that make sense? Okay, ready, 1, 2. So if you did the class just before, we're going to kind of recap on the sort of stuff we did. We do it at a slower pace. I really want you to focus not only on the mechanics, but the timing of what we're trying to do. To start with, I'm going to show you how to defend a 1-2 with your hands, and then we'll start getting our legs involved. So to start with, I'll give you 2 variations. We can look at parry, or we can like parry cover, whatever you want to do. So if he throws 1-2 at me, I want to make sure that those punches aren't going to connect to my face. So I can use my hands to deflect, or I can use my hands to cover. It doesn't really matter which you do. The one thing I will say is, when you're deflecting, you have a much better chance to counter off it. But obviously there's more risk involved, because if he fakes, my hands are away from my face. So as you're parrying, you need a bit of level of restraint. So we're here, and it's only got slight deflections. We're not trying to do massive movements. So the first one we're going to look to do is, let's say if I parry or cover, it doesn't matter. I want him getting used to touching me with his hands, so we're at the right distance. He's touching me with his hands. And again, oh, we're teeping, right? My leg, theoretically, should be longer than his arms, unless there's a massive mismatch going on. So my teeth should land on him before his hands land on me. If his hands land on me before my leg lands on me, it means I've teeped too late. So we'll go 1, 2. There. It's just a touch. It's almost like I'm hula hooping as I do this. I'm not trying to teep him hard. If you try and focus on really trying powering it, you will miss your timing. Promise you. It's just a short stab. Yeah. All I'm trying to do is make contact and stay strong in my structure, and it will keep him away. Yeah. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. What I want you to do, I want you to go 3 repetitions each. I'm going to engage 1, 2 on Ethan, but then I'm going to disengage, move around a little bit, then I'll go again. Alright, yeah. Got it, lots of good time. Really good, yeah? Really want you to get used to using that lead leg as a defense. What you'll find happens sometimes is people start to get hesitant before coming in. So you start lifting that leg, people don't want to engage, and that's going to be great to start setting up some of your other attacks, which we'll go into after this. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, ready, 1, 2?
One, two.
No one in there. The light's not on. What does that mean?
Switch rolls.
We're going to do, like I said, 5 repetitions each. I want you to focus on doing your kick when you teach your partner away in the right range. The defender, you can either eat it on your arms, or you can try and check. Doesn't really matter which and which you do. He's going to do exactly the same thing. Nice. Yeah? So when he hits that teep, he's going to make sure that once he's hit the teep, we're at the right range, and he lands his body. If he wants it, I can like eat on my arms, I can work on my checking. He shouldn't change the way he does. What I want you to get into the habit of as well. Let's say I'm checking, Ethan's kicking. Don't pussy out the kick. Yeah, if you're going to take anything from today, don't pussy out from the kick. What I see a lot of is, as soon as somebody's going to check, they second guess the kick. Like, oh, I don't want it. It's like you're dipping your toes in the water, and you're like, oh, it's a bit cold. You know what I mean? If you're going to kick. Yeah, if you hesitate and I start throwing hands at you, you're going to eat a few hands. Doesn't matter if I defend, like I can have a shit defense. Oh, he's knocked me off balance. If I defend, it stopped me from punching you. So it still had a role to do. You know what I mean? Whereas if he sort of pulls out, boom, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, I'm not going to respect it. I need to respect it enough to defend it. Even if I catch it, you can still go into your kick catch defense and whatnot. There we go. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So if you're worried about getting caught, if you're worried about getting checked, it doesn't matter, just kick anyway. What's the worst that's going to happen? Yeah, does that make sense? Why I want you to do this now, once you've done 3 successful teeps and a body kick on the end, swap roll. So rather than basing on how many 1-2 somebody's done, do it off successful teeps and body kicks. Does that make sense? Yes, please.
The defender hitting back after.
What, after I've kicked you?
Yeah.
No, so I can reset that.
Okay.
Okay, ready, 1, 2? Nice. Lovely. Now, the way I want you to do it is, the person doing the jab, make an exaggerated first step so we get the timing right. Now, if you miss the timing, it doesn't matter so much, we're going to look to clinch instead. So now, instead of trying to keep the person away from us, we're just going to allow the person to come in, off balance them, and then land our knees. So we're going to use our shorter range weapons. So what's going to happen is, as he comes in, I'm going to be there, see that straight away. See how sometimes I can just go here, and I just knock the foot out. That was the first time, wasn't it? I'm going to knock the foot, and it crumples them over. Sometimes they go straight over, but you're in a really good position to land in the after. So as he comes in, I'm there. Now look, I can be there, I can be there. If I miss the timing, however, focus on just clinching up. So like, if he's like still a big puncher, boom, I can move him around a little bit, boom, and then I move up, and then we're back to long range again. So even if you fail on the sweep, focus on clinching him up. Keep your hips in, and try and square up. Try not to, when you clinch, so let's say he comes in, and I'm here, try not to have a bladed stance, because now this knee comes up down the middle and it hurts. So I'm like here. Now I can nullify a lot of his opportunities to knee, I can break his posture, and I'll only bring a knee back if I want to knee him, and then I'm back to square. Okay, so look, we do this as well as the team. So he's still going to want to. You missed it. Nice. Yeah, nice. You know what I mean? I want you to get used to trying to time it. If you're southpaw versus orthodox, I tend to go across the face. As he steps in, I'm going to try and take his arm, I'm going to try and take the outside of his foot. There. Yeah? Does that make sense? So you can still do the same thing. It's always lead foot. The reason why lead foot, same as the tee, same as anything else, it's the closest to him. So this will take too long. Does that make sense? Yes, George.
When you're hitting that lead kick to sweep it, where about you getting it on the leg?
Are you southpaw orthodox?
Yeah.
So I will tend to bring this across and then there, just below it. It's like scooping up on his ankle. For you guys, it's like, even if you don't sweep him, like we can be there, and then I can kick him after, because we're on like a, he's like off balance, he's not going to be able to defend properly. So you guys can kick him straight after. Everybody else, because you're in like a close stance, boom, you knee. Yeah? But work that into what you're already doing. Does that make sense, guys? Ready, 1, 2?
What's he done to your ear?
Say again?
Your ear.
What about it?
It's very red and very swollen.
Very red and very swollen?
Yeah.
Does it look fucking hard?
Yeah.
So, we have one person. Now, I want you to imagine when you've got your gloves on, you're not trying necessarily to punch the other person in the head, you're just trying to touch them in the head, you're trying to almost play tag. So you're trying to gauge the distance and get close to your partner. What my partner's got to do, he's got to use all the skills that he knows to keep me away and land his long range techniques. Kicking, teeps, sweeps, everything he can. And if I get too close, what I want him to do is grab my head and pull me in tight for about 5 seconds, and we reset back at range. So we're here. That's my back name, I'm sorry. We're back off. If I get too close, we're here now. He's holding me down, we'll reset and go again. Does that make sense? Okay? But what we'll do is, we'll do 2-minute rounds, and then halfway through, I'm going to go swap roll. No, 3-minute rounds, halfway through, I'm going to swap roll, so the other person gets to have a go at the other roll. So it's basically puncher versus kicker. A long range kicker versus short and stocky puncher. Does that make sense? Okay, ready guys? 1, 2.
Got cinch.
The most important thing that he needs to keep is structure. So when we talk about structure, he's staying in his stance. He's not crossing his legs from underneath him or anything like that, or getting knocked off balance, because then he's not going to be able to put any force behind the attacks. So teep only works if it stops me in my tracks. That doesn't work. That works there. Now, even though he's landed in the opposite stance, it's okay. He's still in a structured stance. So it doesn't matter if he's like this or like this, he's structured. What I don't want people landing like is like this, or anything like that. So when he teeps, he's structured now. He can kick if he wants. Now look, he's structured. Everything he does, he goes back to that base position. Does that make sense? Now, it's hard to get past him. He's got the defense now. You know what I mean? That's hard to get past because his weapons are ready to use like that. Whereas when he's like this, he's got no weapons. Does that make sense? So we're going to do the same thing again. I'll tell you to swap halfway. Ready? 1, 2. Now both players can touch the face with the 1, 2 and keep each other away with kicks. So it's a bit closer representative to sparring. But with your hands, I want you to loosen your hands up. If Ethan hits me with the 1, 2, it's literally that. It's not going to turn my teeth out, it's not going to give me a black eye, it literally just touches my head. The idea is he's closing distance. Now if he punches me, I'll go back. He can kick me. Yeah, that's a good score. If I try and come in and punch him, he kicks me away, that type of thing. Does that make sense? So now we're going to do both players. We can both touch with their head and then look to hit our teeth and kicks. Ready? 1, 2. Come in.
Get on camera.
Yeah.
It's good work.
I'm going to put sound effects over the top of that as well, like you
And
asked
then
me to when you did
teardrops,
Greece.
blood. Say again?
No, I don't know what you're on about.
Guys, that was really good. So towards the end of that class, you should have felt more comfortable working some of your long-range attacks. Now, what you did towards the end of the class, that was kind of representative to sparring. But the idea is we try to take out the power, we try to take out a bit of the intensity. We want you guys to feel comfortable sparring as early as you can. Some of you guys are here on your second ever lesson and you're sparring. Yeah? That's what we want. We want to be able to promote a good sparring culture. That this is Thai boxing, guys. Hitting pads isn't Thai boxing. Hitting pads will help you get better at Thai boxing. But you're just doing pad work, you're not actually doing the sport of Thai boxing. What you're doing now with your partners and your landing techniques on each other, that is Thai boxing. And it shouldn't be sparring shouldn't be level gated. Sparring should be done as early as possible, promoting good sparring habits and getting you guys to relax. If somebody hits another person too hard, you say, sit the fuck down, watch everybody else. You know what I mean? We want to promote a good culture in the gym. Obviously, when you get to know people a little bit more and you train them a little bit more, you both have a mutual thing where you can up the intensity a little bit. That's just the way it works in the gym. But if you're with somebody new, or one person's a lot more experienced than the other, then it's up to a slow pace, and you both, if one person's also like flinching like this all the time, the intensity needs to be brought down massively. Yeah? If we're coming out of structure because we're flinching and whatnot, we're cowering away, then nobody's benefiting from that. If we're here though and I'm blocking like this and somebody's hitting me hard and I'm staying good, I'm staying calm, I'm staying composed, I'm happy, great, that's cool. But if you're like cowering away, so we need to bring it down a little bit. And then once we bring it down a little bit, we get used to that, then we build it back up slightly, and then you get used to it again. There's no point going from pads to full-blown sparring because nobody gets any better. But yeah, coming up, May 15th, we've got Charlie O'Neill coming down for a seminar. It's open to all levels, everyone will benefit from it. That's on Legit Fit, he's multi-time champion, trained fighters all throughout like different disciplines, stuff, K1, Thai MMA, he's really good, he coaches at First Legion in Leicester. And then we have our own little interval beer June night. Now, I will encourage the guys who are just starting, you don't need to participate, obviously you're very new to it, but it'd be cool for you guys to come and watch and see what it's all about. You know what I mean? You get to see the guys that you train with week in, week out, and you get to see them have their first competitive experiences, and you realize, oh, okay, that's actually not so bad. Like, and then that's something for you guys to work towards. But yeah, let me get a nice little pick, and then I'll let you fuck off, shall I? Good class, though, well done.